Hi, y'all. I'm Linda Greenberg. Welcome to my podcast, Southern Gardens. I've been a professional landscape designer in the Carolinas for over 30 years. In this podcast series, I'll be sharing fabulous gardening tips, planting strategies, and interviewing garden experts from all around the world. Hey, y'all. Let me introduce you to one of my favorite gardening experts, extraordinary colleague and friend, Jared Broome. Jared is co-founder of Oak and Stone in Mineral Springs, North Carolina, and we share a mutual love and excitement for creating and building gorgeous outdoor spaces. Jared, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Jared. I had a passion for landscaping all along. I went to high school. I always tried to skip school on Fridays to start my weekend long and go and work. And I finished high school and I jumped off and I started my own company. I initially started as Lawns on Providence. I did more maintenance and stuff. I trying to nestle my way into the landscaping. Um, I kind of worked my way in, and then I found more of a passion for more of the design build and the bigger portion of a project. So I kind of let up pretty quick and achieved some goals a lot quicker than I thought. But I mean, when I started, I was doing jobs and I had my buddies drive me around. I didn't even have my license. I was just going job to job and doing as much as I could and working 15, 16-hour days and coming home and working on the computer just to try to achieve my goals. But now I've kind of grown and I am a co-owner with Oak and Stone. I have a business partner, Chris Castano now, and we kind of tag team everything. We do full design build projects from start to finish, from design, the pool, a porch addition, pool house, landscaping, to the final details of urns and the fun stuff, and just keep going. And
Yeah.
I haven't stopped.
No, you haven't. I remember meeting you. I believe you were like 11 or 12 when I met you the very first time.
Yep.
And then about 6 years ago, you literally saved my ass on a project that I was working on. And without going into detail, not only did you show up, but a team showed up last minute, and you and I hadn't seen each other in years. Matter of fact, I don't even think you remembered me or me with you. And then we started working together and as colleagues. And honestly, you're one of the most brilliant, young, obviously, but very brilliant landscape experts that I've ever worked with. I'm 65. I've been doing this for 30 years. Love what I do. Love collaborating with you and Chris. I think you have an extraordinary team with Oak and Stone. I've seen your work. And of course, I love working together with you guys because you are so attention detailed. And, obviously, details is where it's at, as you know.
Yep.
So will you share some of your top objectives when you're meeting with your clients?
Yeah. I'm who I am. I don't try to be a salesperson. I present myself as who I am and what I would want at my house. I don't push anyone. I always ask a customer, what do they want? I'm gonna give feedback and I'm gonna help someone and guide them with the best decision for them. But at the same time, my biggest point is I'm not a sales guy. I can sell work, but I try not to. I lean towards the customer, and I want them to be happy at the end of the day. I can create and I can do the job, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that enjoy it the most. I enjoy it no matter what the outcome is. We always try for a thrill over project, but sometimes we don't achieve that, which is okay. But at the end of the day, I really want the customer to be happy. So my biggest thing is, be yourself. Don't try to be someone that you aren't. And, be honest and to tell people, how it is, what it is, and people will follow that. They like that.
Absolutely. Well, your authenticity shows. I mean, I think people love it when you're collaborating with them. Of course, it's an invention. I mean, it's an investment of their money, time, energy, as well as your own, and having the right experts like your company has, my company has. When you align yourself with great clients and you give them the information they need, I mean, it's up to them to make the right decisions, but sometimes they lean on your expertise. Most of the time, they lean on your expertise to tell them what those best decisions should be or could be. And then I love that you are so authentic, because I think that is another reason you and I connect, is being authentic with a client, just giving it to them like it is. And, realistic expectations, I think, and then I love to over deliver,
Yeah.
always over deliver. And I know you do too. So what are some of the most challenging obstacles you overcome to make a garden functional and beautiful? I'd love to hear a few.
I mean, I can talk for days on this one. Every job's different. Even a customer says, "Oh, have you done something like this?" Well, yes, I've done something like this, but every job's different. Um, there's been times where the customer doesn't even think that the job is possible because they don't think there's a way to do it. Well, those are the fun ones for me. I like the ones that make you think. Um, we've done some turf jobs. That those were pretty challenging. We did artificial turf in some backyards. Um, the roll is about 15 feet wide, so you're gonna have to carry it, in a not ideal way to get it through a small alley. We have done that multiple times with about 7 to 8 guys, just to get it through, and really we 100% need a machine. um, so there's been times where there's been times where a machine's gone down and we're about to get a summer storm and it's about to dump 2 inches of rain. I just feel like every day there's times where you have to problem solve. At the,
Great.
at the end of the day, problem solving is what it comes down to. Um, Man, I can't even. I could think all day, and I think I could come up with one story for every job of something that we're just gonna get it done. There's a
It
right.
is like a reality show, isn't it? I mean, most jobs are like a reality show. If someone followed me with a camera behind me on every job, and
Yeah,
they would go, "Oh my God, I had no idea you have to deal with this,"
yeah,
or like you're saying, the rainstorm's getting ready to come, a piece of machinery broke down, or something didn't go the way you just still have to perform, no
yeah,
matter what it is. Performing is making it happen, and that's it. At the end of the day, you have to make it happen. You
yeah.
know?
I think
Yeah,
that's my biggest thing that I follow now. It's, you're going to have hiccups and you're going to have hills and valleys, but the best thing to do is just look forward. I mean, running a business, dealing with customers, dealing with the public, you're going to run into something that's not ideal. I mean,
that's right.
the best, you know, thought I can give is just don't look back. You can bring yourself down and it's not worth it. You
Yeah.
just, you keep going and keep pushing, and at the end of the day, you're on a timeline. A lot of these jobs that we do, we sell in the winter. They all want to swim by the summertime.
That's
So
right.
we're
All 12 of them at one time, by the way, while
yeah,
you're building it.
we're held accountable every day. So I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can't really look back. You just have to figure it out and keep going and problem solve every single day.
I find that transparency, and I know that you're really great at this, being just transparent with the client, because like you said, we're going to run into stuff things you don't know, things you don't even know that existed under the ground, even if you've had all the lines marked and everything. There's things that happens. There's delays that happen. Sometimes things that you ordered may showed up a little different than you thought they looked,
Yeah.
when you bought them, that type of thing. But it's good that you roll with it. That's great. So, do you feel that most people have difficulty visualizing a proposed design?
It's really hit or miss. I have a customer that will come to me and they know exactly what they want. They know materials they like. They know everything. They just need someone with a vision also to execute. And then I feel like you jump to a whole nother category, and it's, we don't know what we want. We definitely want something, but we definitely need assistance and guidance. And both I like, because the time that you can spend with a customer that they know what they want is simple sometimes, and then the time that you need to spend with a customer that really doesn't know what they want, they kind of equal out. So personally, I like and I enjoy helping someone and guide someone along the way. Just because at the end of the day, I know the result is going to be what I want it to be too.
Right.
Um, so
That customized feel too. The
I
client feels
do.
special,
Yep.
right? Because you're giving them that one-on-one and you have that knowledge that they don't do this every day. This is maybe a one-off for them or a one or two off. They don't have the background that you do with the expertise that you have in this field, you know? So making them feel comfortable, I think, is part of the appeal for them to
Yep.
work with you to begin with, you know?
Correct.
They have to feel
100%.
good because it is an investment. A lot of moving parts, as you know, in making a garden functional and beautiful. I mean, I think it would, you know, just being real from day one. Hey, if we have a grading situation, there's going to be some stuff happening that you just have to close your eyes for a little bit. Just trust in us. We'll get it done. We'll make it even more beautiful when we're finished.
Yep.
Let's see. What about some of your favorite gardens? What makes them so special to you? Can you give me one or two gardens that you've worked on recently and why they would be special to you?
Yes. Um, where I categorize the special part is I feel like, something may have not went wrong, but we had like a delay or something, and we maybe had to tweak a plan, and that's where you really have to think and get custom. I would say 95% of the jobs I've done, are custom. I mean, every job is different, like I said, but at the same time, you're still dealing with stuff that you don't really deal with every single day. Um, I did a pretty cool job for my parents. Pretty proud of that one.
It's
Um,
beautiful.
I we basically there was an existing pool. We took out the existing pool, moved the pool closer to the house, raised everything, and I just took a little bit of all the knowledge I've gained over the past years and pushed it all together for them. I mean, it's definitely a masterpiece. I did
I
it
would
for
agree.
I did it for them. Um, we have other jobs recently that we've done. I've done some cool all landscape jobs. I've done a cool bunch of cool landscape lighting jobs. It's cool to ride around Charlotte and you leave a job at 9 o'clock in the summertime and you can pass by another one that you did a bunch of cool lighting at and to see it grow. I'm 23. I've been doing this for 6 years, so I have some jobs that I can go back and look at that I'm at year 6 on, and
Wow,
I think that's pretty cool too.
absolutely.
When I first started, I was doing a lot in multiple different places, and then some. There was neighborhoods I was doing 12 to 15 houses when they were going in. So it's cool to see everything grow up and start to
And it
flourish.
still looks great, right?
100%. Yep.
Yeah. And how important do you think lighting is to a garden?
It's everything in my opinion. It sets the
Agreed.
mood. It sets the mood. It sets the tone.
Yeah.
I got into it really quick, and I put a lot of time and effort into it, and it's honestly one of my favorite parts.
I think
Spec-
you do an amazing job with that. I think it takes a detailed eye because you have to get that, it's very specific. It can be just off like a quarter of an inch. And the way you do it's just incredible. I've seen you work. You blow me away with your knowledge and what you do. So, I know your company, Oak and Stone. I know you offer custom gardens, but you also you're a general contractor too, I believe, right? Can you tell me
yes,
all the services that you offer?
yes. So as Oak and Stone, we have some more coming this year, but we are as a company licensed general contractor, a landscape contractor. But if you come to us and you want a house, full custom landscape, a backyard, we do everything from start to finish. Majority of the focus for the outdoor spaces we do all in house. We have 11 guys. We do everything in house. Um, there's a few things that we don't do, but we have great subs that we work with that make the projects happen. But I mean, we do everything from the dirt up to the final product to the
I've
flowers
seen it.
to the flowers
It's
and pots at the front
Yeah,
door. So
it's magazine worthy. That's what I like to call my favorite gardens that I personally design and install. And watching what you and your team do, it's nothing short of a miracle. It's absolutely beautiful. It makes me proud every time I see one of yours. What are some of your favorite things to include in a garden?
Okay, this one really hits home because I think
Yeah.
when I met you, um, it's kind of crazy because you can look at something and then you can have a good plan, but when you have another mastermind, you kind of start to bounce ideas off each other.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest one now is a water feature.
Agree.
I just love it. You incorporate that, you incorporate the lights. I mean, it creates the mood, the tone. It's very warm and fuzzy, even in a small space, big space. Um, but I definitely like a lot of color too.
I do too.
Every plant has a right home, and it takes the right eye and the right detail to make sure you have the year-round color.
Yeah. And
That's
the placement too, right? I mean, right
100%.
where, how it repeats, the
Yep.
scale, the balance, texture.
Yep. Letting
Wow.
it letting it flow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, this is kind of interesting. So I know you've run into some crazy stories. Have you got one favorite gardening story you have that you had you know, to deal with?
Yeah. I've had some great customers, and I've had some customers that I didn't think, that would happen. We don't have to share everything.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
but I've
Yeah.
definitely had some that have definitely caught me off guard. That some people handle stuff differently, but um, we did one job, and uh, we put in a bunch of plants and everything, and I'm pretty sure that he did not talk to his wife about everything. Well, the wife was out of town. Wife came home, and needless to say, she wasn't really pleased with what her husband did behind her back. So
Oh my.
we had to change a bunch of stuff, but other than that,
Yeah.
you deal with the real world. It's okay.
It
Stuff happens.
It starts at hello. That's a really good point though to make for our listeners is like if you do have a spouse or a partner that you need to run this by, but if that's going to be in their living space, they need to have like I have a lot of balance. I like to balance both masculine and feminine in a garden. I think it's really important the elements, and I'm not just talking just being a female and male, but just the actual feeling in the garden. And to your point, if the wife's not happy or the partner wasn't happy when she came home and he had done all this stuff, I mean, that could be like the difference between night and day. And
Oh yeah.
I can understand why that would have been pretty challenging. Well, I'm glad you made it through it and were able to talk to us about it.
It's
But
okay. I learned my lesson. We create a group chat with husband and wife, and
very good.
every time, and communication off the get go is very important for me.
Yeah.
So I definitely
Yeah.
push for that every single day now.
Me too. That's agreed. I do the same thing. If I'm meeting with a client, if one of the spouses aren't available, I wait until they're both available. Or if nothing else, do a Zoom or something so everybody's on the same page. So, okay. Well, in closing, do you have any gardening advice for our listeners?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a passion for it, I just say take that and run with it. I don't look at anyone else. I'm in competition with myself every single day. I look
Love
up
it.
I look up to others, but at the end of the day, I have my own goals and I have my own pride for the industry. If I could do it for free, I would. I enjoy it that much.
Well,
So
it exudes through you. It really does. You impress me as a human being first and foremost, but honest to God, as a colleague, I'm so proud of you. And I mean, I know you're a guest on my show. We've known each other for a few years, but I really mean this tremendous success to you and Chris moving forward with Oak and Stone. So thank you for joining us today. But can you check out or let us know how to check out your website, how to get in touch with you, your website,
yeah,
phone numbers, that type of thing.
yeah, we're on Instagram. I keep everyone updated as much as I can on Instagram. We also have our website. There's a bunch of cool projects on there that we've done. I
And
would
what
say
is your website?
it is oakstoneoutdoor.com, and you can check us out there. That's definitely some of the highlight jobs. I mean, I've done so many jobs. Like if I put them all on a website, I think the website would be a little too crowded.
Yeah, I understand.
But
Yeah.
I would
And
say our main platform is definitely Instagram. So
Instagram.
yeah,
That's great. So people can find you on Instagram, Oakstone,
yeah, yep,
Oakstone Outdoors.
yeah,
Is that what it's under?
yeah.
Okay, great. Well, Jared, thank you so much. Godspeed and happy gardening.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
Take care. Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for growing with us on the Southern Gardens podcast. You can stream all of our episodes on Spotify. To inquire about our services, advertising, or getting involved with the podcast, please email us at southerngardenspodcast@gmail.com. You can also visit our Instagram at Southern Gardens Podcast. Stay in bloom. Until next time, happy gardening.